Hi, I'm Liz Glogowski from One-to-One Media. If you're going to take advice from anyone, a good place to start is with a proven winner. This year's Gartner and One-to-One Customer Award winners explain how customer strategy has a positive impact on the bottom line. Brian Popelka of Overstock.com, David Dentry of Nikon, and Poonam Patodia of United Methodist Communications say that bottom line impact starts with listening to customers.
I think it's important that companies that claim to be customer-centric, that they actually take the customer's words and use them within their business model. We often miss what the customer is saying because we hear, very often we hear what we want and we implement what we want and not necessarily what the customer is telling us that they want. And after all, the customer is number one. It's the most important driver of your business.
You have to know who your customers are and what your customers want before you can deliver anything to them. So many companies have engineering-driven product development and engineering-driven design and product. And that doesn't necessarily meet with the customer's needs. I think talking to your customers, figuring out what kind of issues they have, and then developing a product or enhancing their existing product to meet the needs of the customer. If you build it, they will come.
I would say listening to your customer constituent is the most important thing. They tell you exactly what they expect from you, and if you can do exactly that, then you will achieve what you set out to achieve. Listening to them and then being consistent on what you promised you will deliver. You will face barriers because people do get intimidated with change. Barriers will be there, but you just have to stay focused on the goal and just stay customer-oriented, and that'll help.
Bell Canada's Peter Brugnati takes the concept one step further, saying it's necessary to gain a deep understanding of how customers behave.
I would say to maximize the positive impact on the bottom line, you need to understand your customer. So simply selling what you want to sell or pitching what you want to pitch to a customer isn't enough. You have to understand your customer from all aspects of their dealings with you, be it several business lines or one business line. So tools like data miners, data modeling, items like that, which give you an insight into a customer behavior, definitely will allow you to target those offers, especially when you only have quite often perhaps 1 minute of a customer's time over the course of a year. How you use that minute will often determine the future of the business with that individual. So understanding the customer and only speaking on relevant topics is definitely going to lead to increase in profitability as well as retention of that individual.
Frank Modruson of Accenture adds that you must think of both internal and external customer groups.
Well, it's all about your customers. So in my mind, you always need to be looking at how to better connect and communicate with your customers. And, for me, I look at two degrees of customers. I look at our clients out in the marketplace, and we want to bring as much as 180,000 people of Accenture through each individual. So these collaborating or social networking technology is going to help us do that. And obviously, I serve the 180,000 people of Accenture with the technology, so I want to give them the capability that will help to make their job easier, to allow them to spend time and focus even more on our clients.
And Lisa Middleton of Ontario's Stratford Shakespeare Festival says how you use customer data drives bottom line impact.
Collect data and use it. There's no point in collecting data if it's not in a usable format and that you don't have any planned use for it, because then all you have is data. And you can have all this data if you don't actually do anything with it or don't apply it to your strategy. It's useless, and it's just taking up space on your database. So think about what data you want to collect, and more importantly, why you want to collect it and what you're going to do with it. It means that you will collect it. Customers will be interested in giving it to you if you can tell them why you're collecting it, and then you can actually then use it to impact the bottom line based on what you know about their behavior or their history or their their interests or and then, how you can apply all of that data to what you're then presenting or what your product offering is.
To learn more about relationship strategy, visit www.one-to-one-media.com.